week of fitness and training sessions had the squad training over 3 hours a day and participating in a 7-a-side tournament, as well as taking on all 3 local women's teams. The visit gave the RAF an opportunity to try out squad members in different positions, evaluating which formations would work best ahead of their first inter-services match back in the UK. And it was also good practice for the local teams as they come up to the final of the Cup ahead of the start of the league. The week-long event was a success both for the RAF and Gibraltar Hockey. Junior players were also given the chance to train with the RAF, as coach of Hawks, Chrissy Gaetano, explained.
The RAF, when they come over, they enjoy their time here so much. So their sort of payback is to offer a training session for the juniors. And we did this last year and it was very successful. So again this year, they did a whole load of training sessions for the younger ones. And it was just, unfortunately it was raining a bit, so not too many kids came up. We had about 30 kids, it was fine, but they brought prizes, hats and pens, and on top of it, they had a great time.
And just moving on to the senior side then, we had the 11-a-side games and also a 7-a-side tournament. And how did that go for the squad?
So for my team personally, we had the 7-a-side tournament on the Monday. And although we didn't play a direct final, the team I was in and the RAF team, we were both up at the top, which was fantastic. And then we played our 11-a-side game on the Wednesday, and we drew 2-2, which was a fantastic result for us, really, considering the fitness of these RAF ladies. We were very happy with the result.
And the local league isn't that competitive considering there's only a few teams. So I guess these visits really do help to develop squads, looking at the different styles of hockey that are played, especially coming from the UK. So what did the players feel about playing in the RAF?
Well, this is it. When teams come over, everyone's clamouring to play. We really enjoy some opposition from abroad, and yeah, it was a really good game. Obviously, the RAF have their style of play. We're very used to the style of play here in Gibraltar of all the players. Yeah. So playing against an unknown is good for us, keeps us on our toes.
And do you stick to the normal players, or do you ever bring up some of the youth players, put them into the senior squads and mix and match?
This year, well, the Hawks have always encouraged our junior development. We've always brought them through. And this last week was no exception. We had quite a few juniors playing in both the 7-a-side and the 11-a-side, and they held their ground really, really well. We've got some fantastic juniors coming up, which is good for us.
Yeah. And just stepping on to the local scene, the local leagues, how is Hawks doing, and what are your expectations for the end of the season?
So right now we're finishing the Cup, and I think we've got one more match. We're in a very strong position, hopefully, to take the Cup. And then the league will start in the next few weeks, and we'll take it from there.
Grammarian's coach Diana Susie shared the same enthusiasm for the visit. With the final of the Cup next week ahead of the league, Diana was very pleased with the overall performance of her squad.
The performance was pretty good. The matches that we got with them, they were very intense. You can tell the difference with the teams that come abroad about their athletic abilities. They are really fast, strong on the ball. They've got very good possessive skills, so it was very, very engaging and welcoming.
And they were training for at least 4 or 5 hours a day, so obviously, like you say, you can really see the level of fitness that they have. How did the Grammarians adjust to the pace of the RAF?
In the 7-a-side, we did notice that a bit more, but then once we went over to play them the 11-a-side, then we did notice that because we were prepared for the pace at which they were playing, we were more mentalized for what we were up against. Whilst on the 7-a-side, we were like trying to keep up with them. So, yeah. But it was good.
And just losing 1-0 against them is a good result really for Grammarians. Was it more of a defensive kind of match for Grammarians?
I would say it was 50-50, because we were doing a lot of offensive work, a lot of it, and it was a shame that we did miss a couple of goals, but still the attacking that we were engaging in was very good, and we were giving them quite a good game as well. So it wasn't that we were more defensive than, I would say it's a 50-50 kind of match. In this particular game, I did not play, so I was doing the coaching solely, because I usually tend to get into the pitch as well, but for this match, I stayed outside, and the play that the players were doing were really good, because they were passing the ball around, making the spaces, then penetrating whenever they saw gaps to go through, so it was really good.
I assume it's a learning curve, a learning opportunity for our local players when we get teams from outside, especially bringing, like you say, the pace, this different skill. Not that they're better, but obviously a different style of play.
Yeah.
How important is it to keep having these visits, not just from the RAF, but other visiting teams, other visiting schools?
It is extremely important that they come as well as us going over, because what we do need to get is more matches of different kinds of levels as well, because Gibraltar hockey is limited in the amount of teams that we have, so you get very used to the play that the teams that we have already have adapted. So for us it's extremely important that we get somebody in or another team in, and you have to adjust to the play that they perform. So it's much better than knowing who to go through and what they're going to do. Everything becomes very predictable. So the fact that you get teams from abroad changes the whole setup and how you organize the team.
And they also did the junior sessions, didn't they, during the weekend, which obviously must be great for the kids, but maybe also for the coaches, learning new techniques, learning new styles of coaching?
Yeah, I think that both benefit the kids, because you get them away from their comfort zone with their usual coaches, which they get used to, and they sometimes just try and slack here and there. But then the coaches also see another method in which other coaches apply certain techniques. So it's always nice to see how they engage and how they get kids involved and making sure that everybody is participating. So that's quite nice as well.
And Diana is also the Under-16s national coach and is in the process of starting the trials for the team over the next weeks before finally choosing the final squad, something that can become quite competitive.
This year we will be going over to France to perform and to participate in the Hockey5s. We did that last year in Poland, which was really good, and the kind of play is completely different because it's a smaller pitch, there's boards around, which means that the play is ongoing until a goal is scored.
Yep.
And the girls will be doing more or less the same thing as we did last year. We will be inviting all girls of that age category to come over and try out, and then they will be assessed in 3 categories, which are the athletic, the technical and the tactical, and based on their performance and the assessment results, we will choose and select the best 10 players.